stitchy friends. Welcome to Cross My Stitches. This is Jackie. This is a channel where I talk about some cross stitching and I talk about RV life because my husband and I are full-time RVers. So let's start with the stitchy stuff because most of people here want to see stitchy stuff. It's been a couple weeks since I videotaped and I just did Mania. A lot of people did Mania. I did Mania my way. So it was hashtag Mania my way, where I worked on my large whips one a week, which was supposed to be for the 5 weeks. I did pretty good for the first 3 weeks and then I kind of fell off the wagon. So I did get some work done on some of my stuff and I do have some finishes to show as well. So let's get to it. The first thing I want to show you is I started this during Mania. And it is the Prairie Schooler Santas. This one is the 2017 Prairie Schooler Santa with the polar bear. Too cute. And I started and finished that during Mania. So there he is. And I did change a couple of things on this. The bear's collar was supposed to be green and red. I made it gold because the green just kind of looked, I didn't like the way it looked, so I redid it and did it with the gold, and I really like that. And then on his mouth, I changed his mouth. If you look at the original pattern, you can see he got a little small mouth right here, and I outlined it. But on the pattern, it kind of, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, right there. It kind of like jaggedies down, makes it look large and weird, and I like that. So I did change that up. So I'm glad to have him finished. This is probably my 4th Prairie Schooler Santa that I finished, and I do have another one that's a whip, so I'll show you that. And then I also finished this piece that I was working on. This is called Home Sweet Home. This is also a Prairie Schooler design. It came out of a old cross stitch sampler magazine. So there it is. There it is on a pillow, and I did it on that same fabric. So it is, like this, and there it is, the same pillow form. I bought this on Stash Unload a year or two ago, and then I was glad when I saw this come up in an old magazine. I said, oh my god, I have that panel. So that's what I did. So it came out great. So I do want to make another one, a small one, on some linen fabric to match it. And then I will get them both completed. I did promise this pattern to someone, so I will be contacting her to let her know that I'll be mailing that out to her as soon as I finish the small one on it. So those are my 2 finishes, so glad to have those done. And then I'll show you what I worked on for Stitch Mania. Now I did start another Prairie Schooler, so this one is from I think that says 1990. Sorry, I'm trying not to wear my glasses because I know they throw a glare. So that's from 1990. That's the Woodland Santa. And I just have a little dinky start on here. It goes this way. So just a little dinky start, just a little bit of the red. I am using all the called for colors that Prairie Schooler did in these charts. And if I change anything on it, I try to use one of the other colors that there's their original colors to it. So I have that start, and then I worked on my big whips. So one of them was Cardinal Points. Now it looks like by the time I get this uploaded that Christine from Stitch All the Things will have hers done. So congratulations, Christine. It looks just gorgeous, and I'm excited about getting mine done. I really need to spend some more time on it. I'd like to get it done in the next month or 2. So, and this is what it looks like. I did spend a whole week stitching on it, and I have almost the entire border done and a little bit in the middle. And there it is. So I just need to crank out that border, and then I can start working in the center. So I decided that's how I wanted to do it. I wanted to go do the border all the way around because it is a very it's the same border all the way around, so once you get the pattern down, it goes quite quickly. So very proud of that. Can't wait to get that done. This is being done on a 36 count flax linen. The Prairie Schoolers, they're being done on a 36 as well. They're on a 36, no, I'm sorry, 30. This is a 36 flax linen, what I'm doing the Prairie Schoolers on. This is a 36 count white. Now I am doing this 1/2, but I'm doing the Prairie Schoolers 2/2. So I did the first one, I did 1/2, and I didn't like the coverage. I felt like the coverage was not enough. It was kind of faint, so I did change it up and started doing the rest of them 2/2. So I did that for the first week, and then I worked on my Coastal Holiday Lighthouse stocking from Stony Creek, and I'm stitching this with a few people. Amy Loves Toad, she's pretty much keeping up with me on this, and hers is looking fabulous as well, and I'm really glad I've got almost all of this. I'm getting down to, this is the bottom part where I need to finish. So here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? It is so pretty. I cannot wait to get this done because I want to start my husband's stocking. He picked out a pattern that he really liked. I got it off eBay. So it is a dimensions kit. So I'm looking forward to getting that started for him, hopefully sometime in July. So in the meantime, I've got to get this done as well. And I think part of the issue is I'll stitch on them for about a week and then I get tired of it and I have to switch up. So I did really good. The first 3 weeks I worked on my Cardinal Lighthouse. I worked on this one, and then the 3rd week I did, where is it? Oh, I'm missing, oh, here it is, Lady of the Flag. So that's the one I did for the 3rd week, which I know everybody knows what this looks like, but there it is there. And I'm doing this one on a 32 count We the People fabric by Fabric Fair. This is, you can get this fabric from Cindy Sorley on her Facebook page, Across Stitch Express. But this is where I'm at with it. I don't want to open it too much, but that's how far I got. And I got all of this down here and all down in here done. I think I have most of all the flag done in this part. When I started this about a week ago. I mean, started it the week I started it. So I'm really looking forward to getting this one done as well. I've got several large projects going. Another one, I was on the 4th week, I was supposed to work on Map of Hot Run Hollow, and it just didn't happen. I ended up falling flat and didn't get it done, and ended up working on something else. So what I ended up working on or starting was, and I can't remember if I showed this last time or not, that I had started this, Autumn by Cricket Collection. So I've been working on that a little bit, and this is where I'm at with this. So that's coming right along. I did have to change out this, not the green in here, but the other color was lighter. It was almost like this color. It was like a very straw color, and it blended in with the fabric, so I ended up making it a little bit darker so that you could see it. I also did the moon in glow in the dark, which is this here. This is the glow. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me see. I gotta put my glasses on so I can see. See if I can get it to, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's called E940, which is the glow in the dark one. And it is like a satiny. It's very satiny. It's a little difficult to work with. So if you are working with it, I'll show you how you can work with it easier. And the same thing goes for if you're working with Marilette, if you're working with Kranick, any one of those ones that are kind of slippery. I'll show you how to do this. Now this is a standard piece that I would use. If I'm doing 2/2, this is how you do it. But you thread your needle. Hold on, let me put this down. You thread your needle, and I use a needle threader for this particular thing because the stuff it frays real easy. So you got your needle, you got it in the threader, right? You put this in here, right? So you can thread your needle. So I do that, put that down, and then you pull your thread all the way until you get to the loopy part, and you stick the loop, your needle through the loop. So you can see how I'm doing it. See, I'm sticking the needle in the loop and then pulling, and it makes it so it doesn't fall off the thread. And it makes it so much easier to stitch with because it keeps the tension even on both pieces, on both threads. Now if you're using cry neck, use shorter lengths because it will fray and it gets all funky. But if you're using the shiny satin or you're using this, which is the glow in the dark, or anything that feels satiny, this is much easier to stitch with and your stitches lay much more uniform. So that's just a trick right there. And it stays on the needle until you cut it off. So those are the things that I worked on for the last few weeks. I have been doing some other things besides stitching. That's probably why I didn't get a lot of stitching done. I made a few things, so I thought I would share with you what I have made. I did dye some fabric, so let's talk about that first. I dyed a couple of pieces of fabric. I'm getting ready to do Christmas in July, so I want to get a bunch of ornaments and do ornaments in July. I have plans on continue to work on my stocking and get my stocking done through July. And I want to do Christmas in July and work on all different Christmas patterns all through July. I have several that I want to do, and I have ornaments that I need to get done. So I was dyeing some fabric up. I got floss tube itchy nose. I'm sorry, I got to get a drink. Get a dry throat too. I was dyeing up some fabric to get some pieces so I could kit up some things to do for Christmas in July, and this is the one of the pieces that I dyed. Now this is 28 count Monaco, and the process that I used for this one and the one I'm going to show you is I coffee dyed them first. So I always save up a little bit of the coffee that's left in the pot, and I put it in the refrigerator. I save it up, and so that I can use it as a base color when I'm dyeing for brown. So I did do that, and that's why you see that very lightness. That is the coffee dyeing. So I do that first, and I get it covered completely because I don't like any white showing when I dye fabrics. I like to get a base coat first and then go darker. So I use the coffee to base coat it in it's like a very creamy, tanny color. And then I used camel Rit dye. Now I've tried different ones. I have the tan dye and I have the brown dye, but I have to tell you I really love the camel one. The brown one, if you try to go light with the brown, it's red. It's like a reddish brown. It's like a mahogany color when you do it really light, and I didn't want that. I wanted a tan, or a tan color, a brown color. And so you can do that with the camel. The camel is an excellent one to do light to dark and still get the color you want. So this is, you can see the coffee, and then I did it in the camel, and I do it light at first because I just can't tell. I mean, I try to do the testing on a paper towel to see how dark it's going, but I might have done this one twice. No, once. I did it once. I did the coffee, and then I did the camel, and this is how it came out. So I like it. It's really pretty. And then the other side has a lot more. One side is, oh, that's a good, there we go. One side is like this, and then the other side has more of the lighter color modeling. So depending on what side you want to use, it came out really cute. So that's the Monaco. So when I did the linen I did darker because I did it in the coffee and then I did it in that. And in Monaco, it takes the color better. So it's a good color, but it was much lighter in the linen. So I had to do it a third time. And when I did it a third time, I did it darker. So when I did it, this is what I got. And it is very dark. And again, if you go to the other side, you get a little more. You see the modeling in it. It's come out really nice. Paisley, no touching. Sorry, Paisley's right next to me, touching my floss. So it came out really nice. Love it. This is a 32 count linen. So not sure I'm going to dye anything else because I've got my patterns that I want to do. I went through, and a majority of them, if not all of them, are from the old Just Cross Stitch magazine. So I have those on DVDs, and I went through all the ornament issues and found all the patterns that I really love, and their Blackbird designs, their Prairie Schooler, their Crosswing collection. So I'm excited about them. And I also have some others that I have. I have my Prairie Schooler Santas I need to get done. I have Brooks books. The Advent Animals, I got 2 of those done. I have more of those I need to get done. So I have a lot of Christmas things I want to work on, and July's the perfect time to get those rolling. So I did dye some fabric, and then I made another project bag, and I love this one, Kentucky Derby, and I love this color. We were down in Alexandria, Minnesota at the Joann's, and this is one of the fabrics that I found down there, which is kind of funny. They're nowhere near Kentucky, but I love it. So I made a project bag, and of course the inside is the same as the bottom. So it came out really cute. I love it. And I will tell you that I will, when I reach my 1,000 subscribers, and we'll talk about this again later towards the end of my cross-stitching journey here for tonight, that I'm going to give away some project bags for my 1,000 subscriber. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away project bags. And this may be one of them, because I may make a second one. So that's that one. I have another one that I'm making. I haven't got it put together yet, but it'll fit an 11 by 11 Q snap. So I'll be giving some of this away. I will probably be giving away some of my dyed fabric, just as a heads up. And I may be giving away some other things. So we'll see as I go along here. Another thing that I made was I made book sleeves. So this is the book that I'm reading now. It's in here. And this is like a faux leather. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance well over a year ago, and I bought it and was planning on making a project bag out of it. I ended up making a book sleeve out of it. I used some homespun along the top, and it goes into the inside. So it came out really cute. Love it. And then I made a smaller one, and this will fit a regular paperback, you know, a standard size small paperback book. And I will be giving this away as well. So there's that one. And then I made a larger one because I like to read hardback books. I will go to the thrift stores and get the hardback editions of books I want to read. I read a lot of James Patterson, Stephen King, stuff like that, and they're usually bigger books. So I made this one, and it's got the doggy prints, and then it's got the little bones inside. These are really easy to make. If you haven't tried this before and you have a sewing machine, there are several tutorials on YouTube, and you can make your own. They're quite easy. I can't believe that some people spend $30 for this bag. And this one, I made these with the batting, the fusible batting. I didn't have any of the foam. So the next ones I make, I'll make sure I'll get a chance to go down to Joann's again, and I'll pick up some of the foam. It's thin foam that goes inside of them. I think that's what most of the sellers that are actually making the bags and selling them, what they're putting in them. But I like the way they come out, and I might actually fit some snaps and just put a few of those little snaps like you see in the Bent Creek Snapper series, those little black snaps. I might put a few on there to close them up. I don't know. We'll see. So I made those. And then I made this. Now, I bobbinate most of my vlogs, especially DMC. I bobbinate DMC. And I keep trying to find out ways of how to organize my DMC when it's in a project, because I hate having it on a ring. It's bulky. I just don't like them, leave them loose in there. So I ended up making what I call my bobbin binder or my bobbin buddy, and it looks like this. And it's very, very similar to Bags Plus Floss Buddy. Okay, so I'm not selling these. I wouldn't sell these even if I could, because they're not easy to make. But it holds 40 bobbins, and you can see it's got a little hook here so I can put my scissors on there, and I put Velcro on the ends so I could Velcro it closed, and they don't fall out. I mean, that's upside down and they're in there. So again, I will not be selling these. Please don't ask. I told Corinne, who is the owner of Bags Plus, that I would not sell these bags, that I was only making them for personal use. But I do love it. But I have another idea. I have a different idea for a holder. And it's going to take me a little while. It might take me till the next video. And we'll see if I'm able to come up with something even better than this. Because an idea came to me before I went to bed last night. And it's in my head now. And we will see. We will see if I figure that out. So those are the things that I've been working on for the last few weeks. I'm looking to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't think so. So let's talk about purchases. Of course, I don't have access to many purchases, but I have made a few. I did see that Nancy at Victoria Motto Samplers had an America the Beautiful. She made a floss pack. So there it is there. And it is gorgeous. And when I saw it on her site, I had to get it. I had to get it. You know, I love patriotic. I certainly don't stitch enough of it. I'm going to get busy with it. But look at all these beautiful colors. They are just, I'm sorry, I got to put my glasses on. They are just absolutely gorgeous. Glory Stars. That's kind of blown out, isn't it? New Flag Red. I'm going to hold them back. They might come out better. Right? America the Beautiful. Look at that red. It's just gorgeous. Glory of America. It's a bright, bright red. Amber Waves of Grain. It's a very gold. So she sells these as a set. Let Freedom Wave. And this one has quite, I know you guys can't see it, but has quite the variegation in the red. Really gorgeous. Antique Flag. And it's a darker red. This one's a very Independence Red. It's a very red. This one, Sea to Shining Sea. Beautiful blue. This one's a very royal blue. Mountains Majesties. And again, it's got a lot of variegation in it. You guys can't see it. Betsy Ross Flag is more prim blue. And Golden Eagle, another gold. So just gorgeous. If you have not bought these overdye flosses from Nancy from Victoria Motto, you need to get over to her site. She's got a blog, and you can order from there. Her name is Nancy Turner. Love her flosses. Was part of her floss club for a while. When we hit the road, I had to stop. So every time I see a set that I can kind of order wherever I'm at, I will order them in. But love those. Nancy, love them. Thank you so much. I also purchased this here, which I have been searching for this one. This is a Bent Creek, and of course it's patriotic. Made in the USA with the Santa. This, I saw this when Pam did it. Sorry, Pam. When Pam, my mind just goes blank, just goes right out. When I saw Pam do this, I loved it and started searching for it. I found it. I ended up getting it from Mo's Needle and Thread. She also has a Facebook group. She has a shop. She does quilting and she does carry cross stitch as well. She happened to have this kit. I don't know if she has any more. If it's something you're looking for, contact Mo at Mo's Needle and Thread, or Jen Upton, also, who works at her shop part-time, and they can tell you if they have another one in stock. But I love this, and I'm so glad I got it. I found this book at a thrift store for 99¢. I had been eyeballing this about a year ago. It has a lot of beachy and sea designs, but they're patriotic ones too. They're a lot of red, white, and blue. So that's what drew me to this book. A lot of, this is cute. It's got these monthlies, and then look at this. Look at the lighthouse. So really love it. So anyway, I think it's like a $25 book. I got it for 99¢ at the thrift store. So always stop by the thrift stores and check and see what you can find, because you can find some good things. And then my last thing was a gift. There was a person that was selling a kit that was called the James Younger Gang. That's really cute, with a bunch of kitties that are cowboys. And somebody had posted on Stash Unload, and I put, when I saw it, somebody had already claimed it, but I put me a second. So when somebody who is, and her name is Barbara, and she is from the old LNS that I had, Brick City Cross Stitch. So hi Barbara, hi guys. And she contacted me and said, I don't know what's floating around in here, because it's not floating in front of me, but I see it on my screen. And she said, if you didn't get that pattern, she says, I have it, I'll send it to you. So, PM me. So I did, and she sent it to me. So sweet. So there it is. I think it is adorable. Look at that. Look at all the kitties dressed up. And I think it says National Bank. Bank, right? What's it say? First National Bank is on the behind it. And then I'm trying to get the glare off. And then you see all the kitties in the cowboy outfits. Oh man, I have to do this. Just adorable. Love it, love it, love it. If I don't get to it this year, I will get to it next year. I definitely am planning on doing that. So that's all my purchases and gifts that I've received. Let's see, what else do I have? I did want to talk a minute about the Goodreader app, because I really started using it in the last few weeks. I love this app. It's not always easy to make copies of patterns. I do have a scanner, and I can scan and print and stuff, but I don't want to use all my ink up because, you know, we're traveling and stuff, and money's, you know, kind of tight, and I don't want to have to keep buying ink cartridges. So I figured out how I can scan my patterns to PDF and then download them into the Goodreader app. And I was never one to, and I'm going to make this larger because I was never one to highlight patterns and stuff. I really didn't need to until I started doing, I want to say it was the lighthouse, where I was having a hard time going back because of the shading that Stony Creek does. You really have to concentrate on where you are, because their shading is kind of, you know, the symbols are all over. But I started using this app, and I love it. I love it. I don't always highlight all the time, but I love that I have all my patterns on my iPad, and I can make them as, oops, where am I at? I can make them as big or as small as I want, because sometimes they're hard to see, so I can enlarge and make smaller, and I can highlight if I want to highlight. So if you have access to do this, instead of printing all the time and highlighting, do it on here. All it takes is you touching. You can make them big enough so you can, when you touch, you're highlighting with your finger instead of having a highlighter and a piece of paper. This makes it a whole lot easier. So if you have questions about this, or you're interested in this, you can leave me a comment. I'll be glad to tell you how to get it. It is a paid for, excuse me. It is a paid for app, but it's well worth it. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I really love the app, so it is great. The only other thing that I wanted to share is on August 1st, I am going to start stitching a pattern out of the Best of Renato Perelin book that I got. Now, several people bought this book after I showed it and told them they could get it on Amazon. I know that Helen from East Coast Crafter bought it. I also know that Melissa from Neely's Needle Nest on Facebook, or not on Facebook, on Flosstube also bought it, and a couple other people, Jen Upton, bought it as well. So I'm going to start a pattern out of this book starting August 1st. If anybody would like to join me and have us stitch along, that would be great. My plan is to do this pattern here with the squirrels. I can't see the whole thing. There it is. So that's the one I'm planning on doing. And I am going to do it on, I believe I'm going to do it on this dark fabric, on this fabric I just dyed, with a green, so it's more woodsy. This is from Silks for You. It's a green. That color is so off. Might be better here. It is a green. It is so gorgeous. Oh, there we go. Now you can see the color. But that's what I'm going to do those squirrels on, so make it more woodsy. It's going to be the green and the brown. So if anybody would like to join me and pick a pattern out of that book and do some stitching, that would be awesome. And if nobody joins me, I'll still be doing it. But this is an awesome book. If you haven't checked it out, Amazon may still have them. Go on Amazon. I want to say I ended up paying $27 and change with the shipping, because it came out of the Amazon UK, and it's 33 patterns, and well worth the $27. So many patterns in here I want to do. Look at this. Look at the squirrel. So cute. So you certainly can join me on that, and we can do that together, and that would be lots of fun. So I think that's all I have for my stitching. My plans are to continue, like I said, to work on what I have to work on. In July, I'll be doing Christmas in July, so it'll be totally Christmas. We can do a hashtag. I'll put it up here, Christmas in July 2019. And we can start doing that on Instagram as well. And then in August, I'm going to start the Renato pattern. And then we'll go from there. So that's all I have for stitching. So if that's all you're here for, thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, I will be doing some giveaways when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm close to 940 right now. So that's exciting. Thank you for those of you that have just joined me and just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing, and welcome to my channel. And those of you that keep coming back again and again and again, thank you so much for spending time with me. Really enjoy sharing this stitching that I do with you all, and I love seeing those of you that do it on Instagram, and you share on Facebook, and you share on Flosstube. I love seeing it all and feel like I'm part of a wonderful community of sharing, caring individuals, both men and women. So it is great. Love it. So I'm going to say goodbye. If that's all you want to hear, I'll see you next time. And then let's talk about the RV thing. So things are going good. We're still in Minnesota. I will be sharing pictures that you probably saw some before this video even started. And I'll be sharing some at the end of some pictures. But I have to tell you, every time something really cool happens, I never have my camera. I always, sorry, I always forget it, or I can't get it fast enough up to see what's going on. My husband and I are pulling out. We have this huge tree that's right next to the RV here. And we know animals live in the tree. I mean, there's part of the tree is hollow, and you can see and you can hear the babies crying and stuff. So we go to pull out, and I see something up high, probably about 15 feet off the ground. I see a bird come out of the hole that's up there. It's like a knot, and it's open. And I tell my husband, stop, 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 stop. He's like, what's the matter? I said, watch. So the little bird comes out, and he goes to the ground. And we're sitting there, and another one. Bird comes out, goes to the ground. And I'm like, oh my God. And before we know it, there's 5, There's 6, there's 7. All these baby birds jumping from the nest to the ground. I was like, and there ended up being 13 of them. 13 babies, 15 feet high, just jumped. So, of course, we get out of the car and we go to check on them, and they're all there. And of course, they're huddled together in a little bunch, and I don't have my camera. And I think my husband took a picture, and if I can get it off of him, I will include it here. But I guarantee you it's probably going to be a blurry picture. So, we had to go. We had an appointment, so we left the little birdies there. It was exciting to see. I'm like, oh, I never have my camera when I need it. And then when we came back, they were gone. So we have no idea if they went into the woods or where Mama Birdie put them, but they were not here when we got back. So don't know what happened to them, but I hope they're all okay. And we also saw a deer come running across the road in front of us the other day. Lots of bunnies, lots of birds. I have videos of the bunnies, and I have pictures, and I have pictures of the sunset on the lake and stuff like that, and I will include all that at the end or the beginning of this video. You'll see it all along the way. But it has been interesting, is what I want to say. So this is our first work camper job, and Randy works pretty much 6 days a week. Not what we really wanted to do because he doesn't want to work that much, but there's a lot of work to do along here. I'm working about maybe 2 to 3 days a week. It's about to ramp up this Saturday when this place becomes full. So we'll see what happens then. But it's going okay. We really haven't had time to go out and explore the area or go do things. We did go to Fargo, North Dakota, and shopped around a little bit, which was fun. But we haven't got out to see much of anything else. We really love being on the lake and stuff. It's a little more work than we had planned, especially for Randy. For me, not so much because I'm not working that many days. But like I said, he's working 6 days and he's pretty exhausted. So we will be sticking it out for the summer. We're here until a week after Labor Day. So otherwise, everything else is going great. I can't think of anything else. So I think that's it. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by to visit. I greatly appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the like button below. Hit the bell so you get notified when I upload again. And I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, so I'm back because I forgot something. I wanted to do some shout outs on my channel, and because I didn't have my glasses on, I couldn't see those notes on my paper. So I did want to do a shout out to Barb and Leanne from Lost and Floss. Hi ladies. Great ladies. Really enjoy watching their videos. If you have not watched Lost and Floss, where have you been? You need to get over there and watch those girls because they are very funny, and they have great stitching. Love all their stitching and stuff, so they are absolutely awesome. I also wanted to shout out Flosstube Canadian Stitcher Lynn. Started watching her, and I really enjoy her videos. She did mention me on her channel. I just wanted to say hi, Lynn, that I am enjoying your videos very much. If you haven't watched Lynn, give her a shot. She does have some really nice projects, and I enjoy watching her. And the last person I want to give a shout out to is Jen Crafts on Flosstube. I started watching Jen this week, and I've watched probably 3 or 4 of her videos. Really enjoy watching her. She is a multi-crafter as well. She likes to make project bags, and she does stitching, and she has a lot of great projects as well. So please make sure that you go and check out Jen Crafts as well. I will link all 3 of those Flosstubers on the bottom, as well as listing my favorite girls, Cheryl McKinney from Tranquil Stitches, who I absolutely adore, Jennifer Upton, which, Jen, where are you? Jen, I'm going to take my glasses off for this, Jen. Jen, I'm waiting for a video. Where are you? It's been 3 weeks. I'm having withdrawals, okay? So you need to get a video out, please. And then, and Helen D, love watching her. Every time she comes on, I immediately put her on. Victoria's Crafty Room. Victoria, where are you? Let's get a video out. Let's see what you're working on. Let's get going, girl. And I could go on and on and on of all the people that I watch on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. So many wonderful, wonderful crafters. Jen Stitching Niche, just finished watching her today. Really great. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head. Pam and Steph. I could go on and on. I could just keep going. I've got probably about 80 people saved on my subscription list that I watch. So, love this community. So anyway, just wanted to give those people a shout out, tell them I'm watching, that I love what you're doing, keep doing it, and we will see you next time. Bye.